Hey guys, welcome to the I Don't Get It podcast. It's Ashley I.
Lauren I.
And Naz P.
I don't get it.
Podcast. All right, so today we are going to talk about Harry Styles and the beauty that is his essence. All right, basically I haven't been able to stop talking and thinking about Harry all week during this album release week, and I really just needed to kind of talk to you guys all about it and then hear all your thoughts.
And even if you don't,
after this.
even if you don't get Harry, you'll probably get him by the end of this.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, but basically, like, we just felt like I need to have a girl talk about Harry, so let's do it on the podcast because basically anybody who likes me, they like Harry too.
And he's basically the most amazing, sexiest human being alive.
He's Leo 2.0.
He's Leo 2.0. Like, I think that I'm glad for these girls of this generation because they actually get somebody comparable to 90s Leo.
Completely agree.
And I get to experience it twice. I'm 29 and I look at Harry and we'll talk about this in a minute.
Anyway.
But before, I know that Naz has something that she wants to talk about that isn't related to Harry, but she definitely doesn't get it. What is it?
Okay, so I don't get why some girls love to do things themselves. Like, I don't understand DIY.
Oh, okay.
DIY makes absolutely no sense to me. The other day, I get to Ashley's house, and she's outside spray painting picture frames that are, I'm pretty sure, $2 to $5 at TJ Maxx or Ross. And she's like, it's fun. And I'm like, what? The thought of doing something myself sounds so miserable. Like, Lauren, don't you agree?
Well, I definitely think that spray paint is fun. I think spray paint is fun, and I get, like, you need the cohesive, you need the same color frame, like, throughout your apartment or whatever. But these frames have been painted over and over again, so it was so time to buy new frames.
Okay.
And it's not, before you start, Ash, because I know you have a lot to say. It's not just the frames, though. It's the whole DIY concept in general.
Yeah.
Like, no, why am I going to do this myself when I could just go buy it at the store?
Well, like, what are you even referring to? I mean, I get my frames, and I need to explain it. I think Lauren hit the nail on the head there. I am painting certain things like vases and frames in the house because I'm trying to add elements of color. But I want them to be all the same color. So if I went to Ross or Marshall's, which I do plan on doing after we do this podcast,
Oh my
because
God.
I need a new shower curtain because
Oh my God.
Because this one's white. So I
This
decorated
one
the apartment
looks like-
white, silver, and gray, like a normal grown-up adult. And Ashley wants a colorful pink and purples everywhere now.
You
And
guys.
those commercials where they're like, be a Maxinista. And
Yeah.
I'm like, who is that?
that's me.
Ashley.
Yeah, well, that's because that's what my
so
mom
gross.
taught me. I'm sorry. You got stuff at Ross the other day too.
I know. I just don't. It's not that I hate Ross, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx. I'm just like not obsessed with it. Like, it's not my go-to. I go there for like last resort things or like a cheap candle.
Well,
Yeah,
obviously,
candles.
who in the world buys candles at Yankee Candle?
Oh, they're
my
like a
dad
$50
does,
candle.
but they do last forever,
They
and they
do.
do smell the best. I know this, but then you can get like 15 at Ross or Marshalls.
Okay, but I just want to say the whole topic of DIY in general, like, okay, there's these new sandals that came out. Have you guys seen them? They're like pom-pom sandals, and they're like little, like, cotton balls, and they're different colors.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen them
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
This is just a stupid example. And there's, like, articles online on how to do it
your own
yourself.
pom-pom.
Like,
I would never.
Why would you sit at home for hours super gluing shoes?
The worst thing is if someone sees like, you did that yourself, didn't you?
Oh my God, it's just the thought of it is so grotesque to me.
Well, not only do I enjoy the act of actually like crafting at some points, I mean, not like insane. Like, I don't like scrapbooking. That's way too much work for nothing. I don't like saying that either. It is worth it.
You
In the
love
end,
crafts,
I
Ashley.
do. I just like them, and then I have these wonderful photo albums at home where they have the personal touches, and I did them in like high school, and now I get to look back at them and laugh at the weird captions that I put.
And I agree, and I think it's fun, but like the time, it's like I could also just pay someone to do it for me.
Well, what do you mean? We're gonna be like, here, can you spray paint these frames for me? And I understand the cost, like you want me to go buy new frames, but the reason that I did this was so that they all are the same color. I don't want different varieties of pink and purple. I want the exact same. I want consistency.
All right, well, we'll end this with I also just want to say, like, walking into a Joanne Fabrics and Michael's probably induces the most anxiety for me out of anything else in the entire world.
What?
Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, there's so many things in that store, like the beads, the curtains, the fabrics, the glue.
The thing is, if once you go to Michael's and you buy all the things you need, it costs just as much as buying something new.
Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah, but it's really the fun of doing it yourself. That's the only reason.
And
people
I
do
don't
it.
think it's fun.
Well,
Okay.
that's kind of like grocery shopping. It's like
Oh,
if you
yeah.
Postmate something versus whether you grocery shop,
It's the same
It's going to be
amount.
the
and
same
now I will
amount.
always Postmates.
Yeah,
I
and then
know.
you'll eat all the stuff you Postmates, and then you will.
It's true.
Throw out half the shit you buy
I
at the
know,
grocery
because
store.
you know that when I went to Target, I picked up those groceries and I made that taco meal the other
Yep.
night. I say it's a taco meal because it was like it's like a taco casserole. I like spent what $20 something on all those ingredients, if not more, and then it fed us for like a day. You know, I had a second serving, and then I
Yeah.
came back and I rolled up a taco the like night after.
Ugh.
Anyway, that was more expensive than getting Postmates.
and you got whatever
Yeah.
you wanted. Yeah, and you didn't have to do anything.
Right. So point being, stop doing stuff yourself. Just pay people to do things for you.
All right, Lauren and I have to admit that we have done Postmates and Harry a lot this week. You know, we've done a lot of delivery and watching the iTunes documentary. But we do also love HelloFresh. We get HelloFresh a couple times a month. And Lauren, tell them about how much you actually like it when I cook HelloFresh meals.
Well, it's very easy and fast, and she makes it very deliciously. It's all like under how many calories? Like 500 calories.
Yeah, well, it's all relatively it's all healthy stuff. It's all very fresh. And each meal is actually less than $10 a meal, which is like way cheaper than delivery.
Anything you could get.
Yeah, and it's way healthier and it's way fresher, you know? So another thing that I love is that it's like all natural ingredients and the menu is always changing. Like they use classic ingredients and you get to learn how to cook all these recipes, which makes us like pretty good wifey material down the road, wouldn't you say?
That's true. It also comes with all the seasonings, which you probably don't even have like tons of delicious seasonings, but it has the perfect measurement of every seasoning.
So I'd highly suggest you guys go ahead and try out HelloFresh. The promo code for all of our listeners is GETIT, GETIT 30. And you can get $30 off with that code. So for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter the code GETIT, GETIT 30. My favorite HelloFresh meal that I've ever gotten is probably the soft tacos, but there are some sriracha burgers that are in a HelloFresh box that I'm going to make tomorrow night, and I'm very excited about that. It's great, you guys. I've never had a bad meal with HelloFresh. Wait, I have one more thing to I have to add for all the listeners out there. I wanted to have a grown-up apartment with whites and silvers and grays.
No, she did not. She wanted pinks and purples and Lisa
wanted
Frank
that.
everywhere.
And then I tried it for 9 months, and I was like, nobody compliments our apartment, Lauren. It's because it's boring and bland. And then I added color, and I feel better about it. Except I feel really bad about the pillows right now, and that's why I got to go to Ross.
Okay, well, we'll end it there.
Okay. Anyway.
all right, back to Harry Styles, because
Harry Styles stresses me out, too, though.
Oh,
Like-
so much.
okay, I just want to start off by saying that, like, when One Direction was a thing, I was, like, not really into Harry. I was all about Zayn. I didn't understand why everyone was obsessed with him. I'm kicking myself in the foot for that now.
In the foot. Kicking yourself in the foot.
What is the phrase?
Kicking yourself in the butt.
Oh, kicking myself in the butt. Why? You can kick yourself in the other foot.
It's not the same.
So I really, really like Zayn, and I was like, guys, Zayn's the hottest. Like, who cares about Harry? And now, I mean, I'm an idiot. Harry's literally the hottest thing ever. I'm just so happy that he signed a deal with Columbia Records. He's coming out with 3 albums. Obviously, just released his first May 12th, which was what now? 2 weeks ago? A week ago?
A week ago.
And
yeah.
it is just so nice to have one solo guy who's kind of like our Mick Jagger in a way, that's putting
Yes.
out real fucking music that's like rock and roll, and it's not poppy, and it's not all this shitty music with shitty beats in the background, and it actually is meeting.
What's funny that you say that is, well, when we saw the SNL about a month ago, we were like, holy shit, we might actually have like the rock star of our generation. Like this is like organic, like instrumental music,
vocalist
that sounds like it could be reproduced for real in person. And it's not like all these with all the machines. Yeah.
So different than One Direction too.
And I love that. I love it so much. And it's just so silly that that Liam, who I met last week at Wango Tango and literally fangirled the fuck out, you guys.
Wait,
I mean,
tell us
Lauren
about
knows.
that.
I was right next to her. Lauren, just tell us
She
from your
actually
point of
was
view.
a very cool fangirl.
Okay,
because
that's really good. Ashley.
We were
You did
in
good.
this box where, like, you know, people like didn't really care because everyone there was someone. So no one was going up to him or asking for pictures. But then when he was about to leave, Ash goes, "Would you mind?"
I waited until Niall's set was over.
Yes, very appropriate.
Good job,
and
Ashley.
said, "Can I have a picture with you?" And then in the midst of the picture, you said,
I said, your voice is one of my very favorites. I can't wait for your solo stuff to come out.
That's perfect.
so
Ashley.
perfect. So then
Good
they took
job.
the picture. She said thank you, and then like a couple minutes went by, and then he left. And he taps her on the shoulder and says, "It was very nice meeting you."
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, I turned to Lauren with this face that I wish
"You're
you
like
guys
you
could
too."
see.
And then she turned to me like,
He said goodbye.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
we're so funny.
So,
and then
wait.
Ashley never washed that shoulder ever again.
He's now okay. So I met Louis officially. I was at the XM Sirius Studios in New York when I met Louis, and I was with Jared, and I was like, Jared, that's Louis. It's Louis. He's like, Louis who? I was like, Louis Tomlinson from One Direction. And then I was like, I have to do it. So then like he went out. He had like a huge entourage, and I went out by the elevators, and I was just like, "Hi, Louis. Can I please get a picture with you?" And he was so nice. Like
so
he was
nice.
so warm. It was like a millisecond, you know, but like just the way that he looked at me, I felt very accepted.
Aw. Well, we love all of One Direction.
Yeah, no, okay, so I wanted to actually like take it back. Like I want to just like have this be really free flowing. I want it to be Harry based, of course, because he is my heart and soul, but I wanted to talk about all of One Direction and my whole journey with them. Because we've been talking about having a podcast about boy bands, but then I thought, I think I could probably talk about Harry and One Direction for an entire podcast. And we have a special guest that we couldn't get this week, but we should be getting within the next month, who's going to be on the podcast that we talk about boy bands in general, more like 90s and 2000s.
Which you guys are going to be
"Boy,
really...
he is an expert on boy bands."
Yeah, you guys are going to be really excited to find out who that is. So be sure to tune in for that.
So wait, Ashley, you were saying Liam came out this week saying something about
Okay,
Harry.
so let's go back to that conversation, but I've already thought of so many things that I needed to interject on. So Liam said this week that he's actually not into Harry's new music sound. He's not into the sound.
When did he say that?
He said that in one of his interviews because, ironically, I said, I can't wait for your solo stuff. And then he previewed his solo stuff legit the next day and then released the single a week later. His new single, which, what is that called?
Something Ferrari.
No. Hold
Bacardi
on, let me pull
Ferrari.
it up
Oh,
on my,
God. It
on
sounds
my
like a Jason
edges.
Derulo song.
That's
Oh,
literally
Lord.
what she said.
Hell.
She goes, "That song would be cute and all if Jason Derulo sang
Wait,
it."
Ashley, we're the same person.
Yeah.
That is so weird that you said that.
It's not,
because
though.
It isn't. You're right. But I'm like, yeah, this song is totally fine, and I would have really liked it if Jason Derulo released it. But this is just, come on, Liam. He has such a good voice. I will remember forever when I heard the first note of this one.
Wait, so it sounds like Jason Derulo, and he had the nerve to hate on
Yeah,
Harry
he was
Styles'
like, "I'm
new
from."
album.
He's like, "I from 1D. I want to be free." All these like little things saying, and I just want to party, and then it goes into
Oh my
Bacardi
God.
in the club and Ferraris.
that sounds awful.
and he's like, "No offense to Harry, who like actually has substance. I'm going to talk about Ferraris."
But
That's
exactly. So
terrible.
the song is called Strip That Down.
strip that down.
And
y'all.
I wrote a couple quotes, including,
Y'all.
yes, give me like a Coke and a Bacardi. He says...
Wait, Ashley, can you read it? Because for some reason, it's just so funny when you read these things. Wait, we should have Ashley read rap lyrics.
God,
when...
yes!
Okay, next podcast, Ashley's reading some of my favorite rap lyrics.
That's hysterical. And then he goes, I used to be in 1D, now I'm out, I'm free. And I'm like,
Way to reference.
another thing that Harry did so beautifully and perfectly throughout the past week, doing interviews and in the Rolling Stone article. Oh my gosh, what he said in the Rolling Stone. Do we have that over there?
What did he say in the Rolling Stone article?
He was saying that he has like no beef with One Direction. Like he's proud of everything he did.
Yeah,
He also says that in the documentary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Ash, when we were watching it, he's like, I love where I came from. I just want this new sound to be different.
Yeah, he said, I loved my time with the band. I never felt like I was being inauthentic to myself.
Right, and I'm not going to apologize for being in the band. He said,
I'm not going to apologize for feeling happy about it.
Exactly, because Harry was mentioning how in the documentary, which is on Apple Music, you guys should definitely check it out. It's Harry Styles behind the album. But anyways, Harry talks about how so many people that go solo from bands are very bitter about it. And they're like,
for some
oh,
reason.
I wasn't happy. And he's like, I'm not going to fucking apologize for being happy about it. I loved every second of it. And I thought that was really admirable.
So not only do I love the fact that Harry just embraces his roots so much, because it always made me sad when Justin would like belittle his past, talking about NSYNC, and then
I know. It's like you could always tell Justin was like, bye.
Yeah. And then Zayn was just so horrible about leaving One Direction and then like thinking he was too cool for the whole thing.
He blamed it like on the spot, like, oh, I'm so anxious all the time being the spotlight. And the next thing he does is release a huge single in his own album.
Yeah, he didn't handle it the right way.
No.
Harry's handled it perfectly.
Yeah, and Harry says in the article they read him a quote from Zayn saying like, you know, if I had a girl over and I wanted to like be cool for her, he said, if I had a girl over and I wanted to like impress her or like, you know, be suave, I'd play her some cool stuff. And I think that's just not One Direction. It's like, well, yeah. I mean, that would impress me though. But
Yeah, like honestly, if I
actually-
want to impress a girl, probably play her favorite boy band, honestly.
Yeah. Wait a second.
That makes no sense.
Makes no sense. So Zayn like has to like belittle his time with the band, and that annoys
It's almost
me.
like he's embarrassed by it.
Yeah, it's like, sorry,
yeah.
you made so much money, you're so famous, and all these
Yeah.
opportunities come to you.
Yeah.
But I also have to agree with what Naz was saying before. Zayn is one of the most attractive people I've ever seen
He
as
is
well.
so hot.
Like that face, his eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are beautiful.
Oh, holy moly.
He's stunning.
But I do think that his personality kind of makes his appearance
I don't really know
not
what
as-
his personality is.
He's just angsty. So I want to read this quote to you guys from Harry in the Rolling Stone magazine about his audience and the girls that just love him. He says, or quote, Styles is aware that his audience... I can't read. You guys.
Actually, you
No.
Wait, this is amazing.
Your little quote was so amazing.
You're the cutest.
Quote. Styles is aware his audience is been young, often teenage women. Asked if he spends pressure-filled evenings worrying about proving his credibility to an older crowd, Styles grows animated. Who's to say that young girls who like pop music, short for popular, right, have worse musical taste than a 30-year-old hipster guy? That's not up to you to say. Music is something that's always changing. There are no goalposts. Young girls can like the Beatles. You're going to tell me that they're not serious? How can you say that young girls don't get it? Don't get it. There are future doctors, lawyers, mothers, presidents, and they're going to keep this world going. Teenage girl fans, they don't lie. If they like you, they're there. They don't act too cool. They like you and they tell you, which is sick.
Wait, that is the most amazing piece of interview literature in Rolling Stone I have
It's
ever
like goosebumps.
heard.
I know. I'm so proud of him. He has such a beautiful soul.
Wait, Harry, I just want to say thank you because that is so true. So many people, like you guys know, like you like Billy Joel, you like this, and I'm like,
Well, of course. Who doesn't like Billy Joel?
But I just mean in general, like it's like if you like anyone that's not top 40,
You mean
it's
that
like
is top 40?
no, if like you're a young girl,
Yeah.
I feel like, or in our age, like mid-20s, and you like oldies, like I like Hall & Oates
Well,
and like
of
all these
course.
other bands. I just feel like it's like looked down on when you like boy bands and top 40
It is.
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's annoying.
So I want to like say I was a music industry minor in school, and I loved my minor. But I hated all the music elitists, is what I call them, that were in my classes. And I was the go-to boy band girl and the pop girl. And I like loved and had such a passion for this music. And I was really open about it. But it was so funny the way I was so disrespected by my classmates.
Yeah, it's like, you don't listen to Led Zeppelin every day.
Yeah, it's
What's
like-
wrong with you?
Right, it's like, oh, you're
spare
mainstream.
me.
I
You probably
know.
don't even enjoy it. It's not even pleasant to your ears. You're just
No.
doing it because it's cool.
Yeah, Radiohead was like, if you didn't like Radiohead, then like, did you even like music?
Right,
Did
and
you
also-
listen to
but-
them on the rag?
To that point, just because we like Harry Styles and One Direction and Taylor Swift doesn't mean that we don't listen to like
Exactly.
Zeppelin and all of them.
No,
Like it's
that's
so annoying.
Absolutely true.
So that's what I think Harry's trying to get across. Like who's anyone to say that a teenage girl that's into popular music doesn't know what good
Exactly.
music
But
is? Fuck off.
actually, the bottom line is is there really such thing as good music and bad music?
No.
Isn't it just what
No,
your
it's subjective.
ear enjoys?
Yeah.
So
That's what
Exactly.
he's portraying here, and it's amazing that he says it because it
Yeah.
really blows like Zayn's statement out of the water,
Yeah.
as well as Liam's and
Yeah.
everyone
Right.
else's.
Yeah. So I just, your ear likes what you like.
And he really came
And
up with an album that's a happy medium between
really
the two
is.
that's poppy and like old school rock and everything.
It
So
does- I know.
every single person can actually enjoy this.
Yeah, like
Totally.
it's amazing. He did such a good job with it.
And I do want to mention that later in the interview, when they read the Zayn quote to him about being like sort of embarrassed by One Direction, Harry said, like, they said very solemnly, he was like, well, that makes me really sad. Like, that's disappointing. And I'm like, you are my
That's sad.
everything.
I love him. I just want to talk. Can we talk about his style for a second? Because
Yes.
his last name is so appropriate.
Can't get
his
over it.
Style, like the evolution of his style, has just gotten better and better, which I didn't even know was possible. Obviously, his hair is like so iconic.
Oh, I miss his long hair so much.
Lauren is so crazy about his long hair.
And I know that it's sad that it's gone, but I also love the fact that he cut it off to kind of, rebrand himself and come out as his own person.
He was about to personify his hair.
I'm sure
that's
he'll
right.
grow it out. Do you think he kept his hair? So guys, just, in the documentary, they show him cutting off his hair and Harry says, that was a part of One Direction that I just feel like I have to leave behind. Do you guys think he kept his hair?
Oh, yeah. But
yeah?
did he bid it?
He
Did he
probably
put it
should
up
have
for
sold
auction?
it.
Dude, I would have bought it.
I mean, you wouldn't have, because it probably would have gone up to like $500,000.
I would have sold
Way more.
I would have sold your virginity for Harry Styles' hair.
Lauren, wait, do you want to continue the rest of this podcast in Harry voice?
I'll try.
Oh my God, Lauren,
She's really good at it.
You just gotta lower your voice. That's all you gotta do.
And the way he talks, Ashley, I know you have an opinion about this.
You guys,
So
I don't
hot.
like accents normally, but like I almost could listen to Harry speak more than I can listen to him sing. It is so seducing. Seducing.
Seductive.
It's seductive. All I do when I watch Harry is like I meow the entire time, and then I do this thing with my hands where they're like paused now. I've done this all week long. I go "Rawr," with like this. It's like the weirdest
me up.
thing. That's just how I've been unwinding all week long, is that I like order Postmates and then I sit down and I've watched the iTunes documentary 3 times. And then of course I watched the night before on Corden.
Yep.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
You haven't watched Carpool Karaoke
I
with them
haven't
yesterday?
seen the carpool karaoke
But honestly,
yet.
watching Harry Styles does not let me unwind because it's so frustrating that I will never be able to touch him or have him or feel good, even if I was with him.
Well, Lauren, that brings us to another topic, because maybe you can, because he apparently had a night or two, or maybe more than that, with a girl named
Adair Jones.
Adair Jones.
So we're gonna start getting into the album now. Let's start talking about the music.
Okay.
And we're gonna start off with a song on his album called Carolina, which
But first, can we talk about his lips, his eyes, his nose, his hair, and his jawline?
Jesus Christ.
it's perfect.
No, wait, I just need to talk about his eyes for a second, and his mouth. Because his mouth on the microphone is something that is, it's painful. Because he just like kind of like touches it with his perfect lips. And like his perfect skin.
You are such a lip person. I don't look at people's lips. I know both of you guys do. Maybe I should start.
You
but
probably
I
should.
don't. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I just don't look at people's
You like
lips.
guys that have bad mouths.
I don't. It's not a thing for me.
I'm so sensitive to a guy's mouth. If he doesn't,
so
if I don't like his
weird.
mouth, I'm like, sorry. Ugh.
I feel like it's girly to have like a girly mouth.
His mouth is perfectly shaped and just full enough, and his eyes are so far apart and so crystal clear and just so full of life.
Ashley just orgasmed on the podcast.
Okay.
All right, so now that we talked about how much we love him, we are so effing jealous because, like I was saying, the song Carolina is about this girl that we think he met literally one night. His
He said
friends,
he saw her again.
What?
He said he saw her again.
He said, "Have you seen the girl since?" And he
Yes.
goes, "I have."
He did.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story is that he was set up on a blind date with this girl. She's a French and philosophy major. She goes to UCLA here in Los Angeles. And he literally wrote a song about her. He's not with her. They've probably seen each other a couple times in their lives. And it is literally everyone's dream to meet a rock star and get a song written about you.
She's 20. She goes to UCLA.
She's so pretty.
I think she's really pretty. Lauren thinks she's basic,
She's so basic, everyone.
but she's really pretty.
She's
you know?
really pretty. And
But I'm sure, like the fact that she speaks French and is a philosophy major.
How do we know that?
That's what she just said.
she's
speaks
a French major. I don't know if she's a French and philosophy major.
so she probably speaks French.
probably, yeah. But
So she's kind of like interesting and a little unique and whatever.
Right.
So he probably
And
found
she's
that
from
attractive.
Carolina, and her grandma said, "You better get out of here. If you're gonna sink if you don't swim."
Yeah.
Right.
And apparently
And-
that's why she moved to the West Coast.
Exactly, and she doesn't like the West Coast. And when she met Harry, she told him that he reminded her of home. And this
He
is
said
all in
he's
the
so
lyrics.
far away from home.
Guys, this is all in the lyrics, and it's like literally so annoying
It's
because
so
she's
annoying.
the luckiest girl in the whole world.
I know.
and she's not even
just like
with him.
she's like a fucking couple miles away from us right now.
That's
probably.
why I feel very weird about it all.
And I'm
this.
like, you're 6 years younger than me, and you had everything come true in such young years.
And so, did you guys hear that? How she found out? Apparently, her dad was watching the Today Show, and he was performing the song on the Today Show. And her dad from Carolina called Towns and goes, "Have you heard this song? It's about you." And then she was like, "Oh my God." And then a source close to her said that, she's a very private person. She likes to read. Apparently she keeps
to read.
Yeah, apparently she's really smart, keeps to herself, and she wants none of this,
See, that,
public attention.
That is
and that's
also
really
why I'm
cool.
jealous,
I
though.
know.
'cause
I don't believe
she's
that.
like-
That bitch was totes at Coachella. I
Lauren's
know
so
it.
mad.
I know, but
She
that's
was
also
obviously
why
so
I hate
cool.
her, because I'm not her.
I know.
And I'm like, I would, and I don't even know if I want to be her. I mean, I want to be her, but I don't really necessarily want to be different than I am.
Yeah.
But it
You love
sounds
yourself.
like,
No,
but
I
Harry
know.
would never be into this.
No.
No. Harry would never hang out with any of us.
Well, I think he'd hang out with Lauren.
I think you would hang out with Lauren too.
You guys are too sweet.
No, seriously.
Lauren, you have the mystery thing.
Yeah.
That
I would
Ashley
just-
and I don't have.
And the only thing about Harry that he might look at me really cute and give me those eyes, because he'd be like,
You're
this
adorable.
girl is so comfortable with herself. And she's just really out there, but I didn't think he'd want to touch me.
Anyway, so we're really jealous of Towns. You guys can Google her and look her up. And listen to the song. It's literally the coolest thing to ever happen. I would die if Harry Styles wrote a song about me after meeting me once
He
or
came home
twice.
that night and wrote the song.
I know.
That's crazy.
That means he was super affected by her.
Guys, what do we have to do? What Towns? Please call us.
Was it a blind date? I read it was a blind date.
Yeah.
But it was a blind date. It wasn't even at a party.
No, it was a blind date.
Who set them
who
up?
Her
needs
friends and his friends, I think. Her sister's an actress, and she's actually appeared in a lot of Disney Channel shows and things in the background because her sister has been on things. on
why
Disney
does
Channel.
Harry need to get set up on
Yeah,
blind dates?
exactly.
I think it was just you should meet this girl kind of thing. But again, I have no idea. I'm just assuming.
Her name is also in the song, which makes me feel like that's a whole different thing.
And guys, it's so crazy if you watch the guys, it's so crazy if you
wanted her to know this is about you.
if you watch the documentary on Apple Music, the interviewer asks Harry, does she know that you wrote a song about her? And he goes, well, her name's in it, so she knows now. And me and Ashley were like, oh my God, I'm so jealous.
I've never been so jealous. Let's talk about Two Ghosts now, since this is the rumored song to be about Taylor Swift.
My favorite song. No, I thought Ever Since New York is
Ever
the one.
Since New York is also, but Two Ghosts, Naz, is undeniable with
I don't
the
think-
red lips.
Undeniable white
The
shirt.
white shirt and the blue eyes.
Yeah.
And it's
I thought that's in Ever Since New York.
No, that's two. This
Oh,
is the
yeah,
first
you're
line,
right.
the first two lines
You're
of Two Ghosts, and it's undeniable. It's about her. I just wonder whether or not Naz has a theory that he added that line in just because it's like a good buzz. It gives you a buzz.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because any girl can have a white shirt and red lips.
No, it's his white
No.
shirt.
Oh, yeah, it's his white
I
shirt, but
think
any
that-
girl
The
can have red
tattoos. He
lips.
now has more tattoos. It's a direct response to style.
And
Taylor
he's like,
song
it
style.
sounds good, but like it would be very helpful for my album.
Exactly.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think it's about Taylor, and I just want to say right now for the record, Two Ghosts is my favorite song on the entire album. I think it has the most meaning. I relate to it the most. It's just so sad how like you can just be so close to someone, and then after time goes by and you're not with that person anymore, you're just like two ghosts. It's
I also
such a good
think
song.
that he doesn't really have any residual feelings for Taylor.
But that's
I
why I want to
agree,
know.
Lauren,
But
no.
that's why I want to know. Like, are people buzzing about this Taylor thing, which happened 4 years ago? Like, I think it was over 4 years ago.
that's
was
why
four
it
and a
was
half
just
years
thrown
ago.
in there. He doesn't feel
That's
It
why-
cannot possibly.
Right. I don't think he ever had feelings for Taylor,
what
to be
I think,
honest.
too.
They would have been together way longer if he did.
It was 2.5 months, if even that.
Yeah.
And remember how she was on the rowboat because they were like out on an island when he like when they broke up, and then she had to take that rowboat back to like the main island to get to the airport.
No.
You don't remember the sad Taylor Swift on a boat picture?
Wait,
Oh,
what?
okay, I remember the picture. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I remember.
Two Ghosts, who we'll never know who it's actually about, but it's definitely my favorite song on the album. I think that
Oh, it's
Sign
your
of the
favorite
Times.
too, Ash?
Yeah, duh. That Sign of the Times.
You didn't
and
like it
Ever-
at first.
I loved it. It immediately.
No, you were like,
I didn't
You
agree
liked
with
Ever
what you're
Since
saying.
New York
No,
first.
I love the bluesy guitar on Two Ghosts. I didn't necessarily think I was arguing about your interpretation of the song.
but you get it now.
No, I get it. I just still think it's open to interpretation.
Well, what do you
I
think
think
it's
all
about?
of Taylor. I don't
All of
want it. Harry's. Lauren and I realized we have a pet peeve. We don't like other people telling their stories about the songs because then it warps your own sense of this music.
What? No.
No, it actually, this is like a thing for both of us. And I don't like
Really?
music videos for the same reason.
Yeah, I don't watch music videos because then I'll never think of it my own way. I only see it the way they portrayed it.
That's so interesting. I like to think of my own way, but I like to know what it means for other people.
I
That's the whole
don't.
point of music.
No, it's not. The point of music is to make you feel something.
Yeah, that's
You
the
feel
whole
something.
point.
Yeah, but
so
I don't
wanna
wanna
know
see
what
other
other people
people
you
feel
guys
about
don't
it.
want to know what other people
Yeah.
think. That's interesting.
It sounds so terrible.
That's literally what you're saying.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Just let me
But it's-
think it.
All right.
Interpret it one way. This is me, and
So
that's why
can we
I
know?
personalize the
Can we
song.
know how you interpret Two Ghosts and Lauren?
I haven't really thought about it too hard.
I just like the sound of it right now. I don't know if I directly relate to it or really want to interpret it.
Okay.
But I do know that Kiwi is interesting because who's having his baby? And it's none of his business.
Yeah, why would it not be his business?
I have a theory that I came up with when we were watching the documentary last night that it could be about Louis and his baby mama because
She was like totally cool with it because they were friends before.
they were friends, but they were never really super romantic. They weren't girlfriend and boyfriend.
Well, what do you mean? Because some people that are listening probably have never heard Kiwi. So what? In what context are you talking about?
Here, I got it pulled up right here.
Oh, okay, good.
Freaky.
Yeah, she's freaky. He was like, all right, let's do it. And then in the middle of it, she's like, you better come because I'm having your baby.
That's hilarious.
Really? That's how you thought of
This
it?
is my interpretation of the song.
All
Yeah.
right. This is amazing.
But then why would she say it's none of your business? I think in that moment, it's kind of like a way of saying like, I'm having your baby and like, you're not going to really have control of this. I'm just going to do it.
yeah, is it like a feminist
Oh,
thing? You know
yeah.
how it's like ultimately up to the woman to decide whether
Yeah,
or not the
that's what
child
I
is
think it
born.
might be.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. And it's like, if you don't want this, it doesn't matter because I want your baby and I'm going to have it.
Yeah.
And like, shout out to that girl because I would do the same. I think.
Same here.
Kiwi. All right, what are other
My
songs?
100% favorite song is from the dining table.
Yeah. It's,
That would
it's
be
just
your
it is Lauren's
fave.
yours.
I just
Why?
want, I want very minimal instruments, just like a slight acoustic guitar, and it's just the lyrics are great. Anyone can it can resonate with anyone because it's basically like, hopefully one day you'll say sorry to me and I'm already sorry, and we're just kind of waiting for us to like, you know, come to terms with whatever happened.
I need to listen to that one more, but the way you just said that, I like.
It was like, maybe one day I'll hear from you and you'll say sorry for all the fucked up shit you did to me.
Yeah, he also
really
says that
like
he's,
that.
he's playing with himself in the hotel room.
Opening up, he's playing with himself in a hotel room.
And then he's drunk
So
by
that's why it's
noon,
Lauren's
and he said, "I've
favorite.
never been so embarrassed, or I've never felt so something. I've never felt like
Well,
so
I
lame,
gotta
basically."
look up the lyrics, but yeah, basically that.
So we've all had
Love
those
it.
very lame moments. I think that even though "Sign of the Times" is the single, I still think that might actually be my favorite. I love how
It's his Bohemian Rhapsody.
yeah.
It really is such a fucking amazing song.
It's an amazing song. It's so Elton John to me. And when
Yes.
I hear it, I just feel like he has the power of Elton's vocals and like the piano.
and it
it's
goes
just
so many different ways.
yeah. And at first, I didn't feel like that. But the more I listened to the song, I was like, this is an epic song.
It's
the
so
song I'm going to
epic.
want to play for my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm so annoyed because it's just so underrated and it's not getting a lot of airplay. But I think that like Harry and like a lot of
I love that
art.
it's not on the radio every 5 seconds.
well,
like
I
a
don't want it
freaking
on the radio
Katy
either,
Perry
but I also
song.
want it to be successful.
It's a
No,
long
I-
song. That's the only reason
I
why.
think it is successful, and I think we'll just wait till he goes on tour. Just watch.
Yeah, I mean, he kills that
He
song
has
live.
to sing that song like every night. That's exhausting.
I know,
Lauren
but that's
fast forwards it sometimes, like when she watches him sing it, because she feels bad. It's so stressful to sing,
You guys are hilarious.
I feel bad for him.
but he loves it.
I know
sings
he
it
loves
he
it.
ch-
I know, but he's like, here we go.
It's amazing.
Very interesting background to the story. Did I tell you? I told one of you what it really means or what he was trying.
You told me about
yeah,
it. the
Yeah,
other
I don't know
night.
what it
You don't
really
know,
means.
Lauren?
Tell Lauren.
Okay, so it's really supposed to be the small story of a mom who gives birth to a child, but she finds out that she's not going to survive, and she only has a few minutes to talk to her kid.
Her baby's not going to survive?
No, the baby's
Oh,
going to
he's
survive,
not-
but she's
not
going to
okay.
like pass away there on the
Okay.
table. So
As she's
that's-
giving birth.
yeah.
Whoa.
So that's what she's telling him.
She has
or
one
her.
last moment with
Oh
the
my
baby,
God.
and it's
Yeah.
like, stop your crying. It's genius. It's
Yeah.
such a good song. It's really cool. I mean, obviously,
I gotta listen to it like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
Different take.
Can I just say that ever since New York, I am obsessed with that song, but I'm obsessed with the version that he sings on SNL.
Oh my
Because
God,
when-
me too.
And like, I wish that his version on SNL is what was on the album, because
He goes up in a higher octave
Oh my God,
at one
every-
point, and it makes it so much more theatrical. And this is like kind of flat on the album.
everyone please Google it. Harry
Yeah.
Styles SNL ever since New York, and it will blow your mind. Like, I remember all three of us were sitting on the couch when he first performed it, and we all watched it, and all of our jaws dropped. We're like, holy shit, this album's gonna be epic.
Yeah. We knew it was going to be good then. All right, wait. I want to talk about this new bitch of his. I am literally 29 and I am still one of the girls that make fun of the current girlfriend. Like, I still cannot.
It's
We
like,
all
leave
do it.
Selena alone.
Yeah, no,
it's like,
I
no,
will
I will
never-
not leave Selena alone.
We all do it. We all do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then there are some people out there that are like, you should be happy for Harry if he's happy.
I don't believe that, even coming out of their fucking lying mouths.
You guys are amazing.
And maybe I'm sorry, but like, you know that expression, like, if you love someone, even if they don't want you, you should want them to love someone else and
Yeah.
be happy.
Nope.
I don't
Never.
know who in the world actually
Feels that
believes
way.
that. What? That's like that Wilson Phillips song. I left. It's like. It's that all about them being like, I saw you today with like another girl, and like I'm just so happy that you're happy, and I believe that one day I'll have my own happiness.
No.
And I'm like, no, this is ridiculous.
not true.
It stresses me out. That
I will
song.
never be happy for you.
All right. So this new girlfriend, her name is Tess Ward, and she's a basic motherfucking bitch.
That's right, guys.
She's not basic, though, really.
Harry
She's just-
Styles has a girlfriend. That's probably what we should
Is
have
that
led with.
confirmed?
Yeah, it's pretty damn confirmed. Apparently, they've been dating since February, and he invited her to the Dunkirk premiere, which is his new movie that comes out in July.
It's his first movie ever, actually.
It's his first movie ever, and people are saying that he already invited her and it's in July, which apparently says something. He's looking forward in the future.
It's like asking a girl to prom in February.
But
Yeah.
like, is he really going to hit the red carpet with this girl?
Oh my God, if he does,
It would be a career suicide.
no, everyone's gonna be so sad.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel when you saw him? Like, I remember, Lauren, do you remember? We didn't listen to Taylor for like a solid 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, we were really mad.
You guys boycotted Taylor.
We did.
I boycotted Taylor
Wait,
twice.
so you picked Harry over Taylor?
Yes.
Whoa.
Okay, now listen.
I love Taylor.
Okay,
so that's...
I love Taylor too. I boycotted her twice. Once I
Whoa.
went 2 months without listening to Taylor after the
Joe Jonas.
Yeah,
Do you guys
with
realize
Joe.
how insane that is? Though?
No,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, you
Like,
do realize that's
yeah,
insane.
and I realize that I am an insane person.
Okay,
and it's
cool.
fine. But what album? Her album came out. Fearless came out before. It came out the week that they broke up. Basically, remember she went on Ellen. She was promoting the album and said that he broke up with her in a 27-second phone call.
Yeah.
So I didn't boycott Fearless. I did boycott like the single and her first album while she was dating Joe Jonas. And I was solid about that. I actually labeled them, "Don't listen to this fucking bitch."
What?
And I
Oh my
put them-
God, you did
Yeah.
do that. You're psycho.
Ashley, you're psychotic. This is
Oh my
crazy.
God. She
put
like
them in
changed it in her iTunes. It
Yeah.
said,
No.
Yeah, and then
Oh my God.
and then I labeled this like, once they break up, you can bring this back out into your iTunes.
Oh my God. Ashley, that's crazy.
I know, that is crazy. I'm sorry. You know, like, I really was very mature in my early 20s. Like, I was actually like a 14-year-old at 20.
So, continuing on.
Okay, continuing on. When Taylor dated Harry, Red had just come out. Red, the album, had just come out. And then so did One Direction's new album. So they were on their second album. So I didn't listen to Red for like 3 weeks. It was fresh. It had just been released and I still didn't listen to it.
Oh my God, that's insane.
That's a
then-
terrible time for her to get in a relationship with one of the biggest pop stars ever.
Absolutely.
or
so,
the best.
But
No, it never works out. It's never the best. It just makes me sad and not wanting to listen to anybody.
I remember I was working at the Ellen DeGeneres show when Red came out, and One Direction had a concert. Like, she does concerts on the Warner Brothers
took your
lot.
backstage pass
Did I
there.
tell you about this?
Yeah.
And
No.
they asked for lunch. We had to get, Brian and I were interns there, my friend Brian, and he had to get One Direction lunch, and all they wanted was Subway. It was so weird.
Oh,
we're like,
that's
that's what
Oh
they
my
want.
God, that is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
And then, literally weeks later, Taylor came to the lot and had a concert. So you're right. It was like all like
Yeah.
around the same time.
yeah. And then, you know, she went home on that boat after he dumped her on that island in the Caribbean. And then I pulled back out Red. And I sang it at the top of my lungs in the car because I missed it so much.
So sad.
This is so amazing and psychotic and amazing.
I just want to let you guys know I was 24 at the time.
And that's why we love Ashley. She's unapologetically herself.
How funny is that? Okay, so
Wait,
there's
do you
this-
boycott? Like, I just have a quick question
Yeah.
about this because this is literally fascinating. So, like, if you have a celebrity crush on someone and then you find out that he's dating a girl, and let's say they're both actors, will you boycott like that actress's movie?
I can't think of an example.
yeah,
Like, would
Because
you
it's like-
literally like? Does this go beyond music?
Not
Ashley?
really, because they sing about each other in their
Yeah.
songs, and it's a little more personal rather than like
Yeah.
acting in a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's way
Okay.
more personal, and I feel like my big loves have been. I feel like my big loves have. I don't know. I like both actors and musicians, but Britney, like back in the day when I was like 13, 14, I could never really boycott Britney. I just like the more I said like, oh, I hate her and I'm so jealous of her, the more I just tried to be her because of
True.
Justin.
Thank God Leo never dated like
Yeah.
a singer.
No.
Or an
You
actress.
guys would
Only
have died.
models. Yeah.
You guys would have literally died.
Oh yeah, no.
we just gotta see him on billboards.
Yeah, that's fine.
Crazy.
And Victoria's Secret. Like.
Yeah.
So Tess Ward, she's 27. People say, don't you feel like silly? Actually, people don't say this. I have friends in their 30s that fangirl over Harry just as hard. But like, I got a tweet this week that was like, aren't you like 15 years his senior? I was like, I'm only 6 years his senior. And it's fine because Harry's dated like women in their mid 30s. It's like not a big deal. And
It's really not.
there's no way that I would be in Harry's presence and I'd be like, you know what? He's 6 years younger than you. You shouldn't touch him. Like, are you joking? I think my mom would touch him. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A married woman,
Respect.
almost 6-year-old woman would totally touch
My
him.
mom, Harry does it for her. Like, if she were to have a celebrity fantasy, I think Harry's up
I
there.
love that.
She loves that look.
She likes
so
Taylor
hot.
Hansen too.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, this Tess girl, we'll see.
She seems like not a basic girl. She seems like a little bit of a weirdo.
Are you're condoning this?
I'm not condoning it. It's just I'm clarifying who she is.
Well, I'm going to clarify one thing to you. You know what she's known for? You know what her job is?
She a vlogger?
She's a clean eating blogger.
That's worse than
She
a blogger.
is.
Yes.
How did they meet? Do we know how they met?
I don't know how they met, but she's a clean eating blogger, and she did this really annoying thing this week where
She wore
Harry
his
was-
shirt.
Yes. So
Oh my gosh,
that's an
amazing.
attention grabber, and you know that. You
And
know
it's
that
like
the
a
fans are going to
classic
catch
Harry
on to
Ashley, you
that.
guys would literally do the same
I
thing.
know, absolutely.
Here's the thing that we should all probably admit. It's an insert name here situation. No matter who it is, we'd all hate her.
That's
it
true.
doesn't matter who it would be.
I didn't hate
What if
Kendall
it was Drew
so
Barrymore,
much.
Naz?
Oh,
You
I
love Drew Barrymore.
Well, I love Drew Barrymore.
Well, I
She's
didn't
a
mind
fucking mess.
Kendall.
That made sense.
I thought him and Kendall actually made sense, but then remember you and I were talking about this. I've realized that I don't even know who Kendall Jenner is. I don't actually know what her personality is like. I think she's very blah, and I think Harry's kind of like
Harry
amazing,
has it all
and you
going
should be with
on.
someone
though.
amazing.
He has the brain, he has the intelligence, he has the look, he has the personality, he has the soul,
voice.
The
he has the
talent.
voice, the talent. He has everything. He has that kindness.
and you
the
know he has
style.
a really big penis.
Oh my god, he has the hugest penis ever. I'm
How do you
sorry,
guys-
this is
wait,
all
how
over
do you
the
guys
place.
know
You've
this?
seen it in so many things.
Lauren has
Is it like John Hamm's penis? Guys, we've never talked about John Hamm's
I
penis.
didn't know that John Hamm
Oh
had
my
it.
god, Google John Hamm and his
Okay.
bulge is everywhere.
Oh.
It's a thing. Like
Really?
literally every photo that paparazzi has taken, he's a massive bulge.
Oh, okay. Well, Lauren presses pause every time there's like a close up of Harry's peen, and it is gigantic. And he just like has the face and body of a guy who would be gigantic, because I'm not sure if you guys really know, but like the skinnier, the slender, more rock star hipster you are, the bigger your penis is.
Wait, Ashley, how would you know that?
That is a scientific
There
fact.
is, I have an example.
So who else? Like, is Bieber your other example of that?
No.
Bieber's schlong is very long.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the male listeners for this podcast who probably turned it off 18
Well, I
minutes
just
ago.
looked at John Hamm's cock, and it's pretty large.
Let me see. I don't get John Hamm. We can
Hamm's
talk
got
about
a
this.
Just literally look at
I
every
don't
picture
get,
of John
like-
Dude,
Hamm.
just Google John Hamm. Everyone
Oh.
do it right now. Take your phone out and Google John Hamm. And his
And that's
bulge
like
is
a
It
everywhere.
flaccid
really is all the
penis.
time
Dude,
now.
his penis is everywhere.
That is so funny. Holy shit.
Ashley's like,
Lauren and I used to often pause on Harry's dick all the time. So basically, Harry is beautiful on the face, in the body, in the soul, and in the penis area. Even though it's yet to be determined, but like God made Harry Styles for us to admire, and we are thankful for it.
he spent 5 extra minutes on Harry.
more
Yeah.
than 5.
A little more time on Harry.
I love what you guys sing. All right, so well, you guys better subscribe to our podcast. Let us know what you think about Harry Styles. Use the hashtag I Don't Get It Podcast on Instagram or Twitter, and tell us what you guys think.
And before we go, I just want to tell you about the different places you can find me during this Bachelorette season. I'm back on Access Hollywood Live. That's sometime during the morning, but you're going to have to check your local listings on that one. Clever TV and I are doing a Bachelor after show. I am in charge of doing long form sit down interviews with past Bachelor alum. Really like what I'm seeing from that after show so far. And then Ben Higgins and I have our own podcast through iHeart, and that can also be found on iTunes if you don't have the iHeart app, but you can download that too. And we're going to be talking about pop culture and relationships, and of course, The Bachelor and Bachelorette. And you guys get 2 podcasts from me a week now. It's pretty awesome. And finally, make sure to check out my FabFitFun recaps on Snapchat and my Cosmopolitan recaps on cosmopolitan.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. We can't wait to hear all your thoughts on this Harry episode. We love you. Bye.
I don't get it.
Podcast.